Before I came to the office, my health was struggling. I had chronic fatigue, brain fog, headaches, sleep issues, digestive issues, joint pain, thyroid issues, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, just an overall bad situation. I made the step to finally do something about it. I started care with IWC back in 2016, and this was after many, many years of very poor health. And all through my 20s, I saw many doctors. I saw neurologists. I did sleep studies. I did scopes. And they couldn't find anything wrong with me. They kept telling me that everything was fine. Labs came back good. Blood work was fine. But I didn't feel fine. And I knew that there was something more. They ended up diagnosing me with fibromyalgia, anxiety, depression. I was put on Lyrica. I took medication for many, many years. And then I was struggling with fertility. And I had a miscarriage and was struggling to get pregnant again, terrified, and went to my primary care physician. And she ran some blood work and came back low thyroid, blood pressure through the roof, cholesterol through the roof, and they wanted to prescribe me 3 new medications. And I left the doctor's office that day and just complete confusion. Like, how did this happen? I was young. I was 31, 32. And when the nurse called me later that night, she was calling to ask which pharmacy I wanted my prescriptions called into. And I just said to her, I'd really like to see a nutritionist. I know I need to lose some weight. And she said, ma'am, no amount of weight loss is going to change anything, and that you basically just need to come to terms with the fact that you're going to be on these medications the rest of your life. And I was in shock. I was mad. And I was mad at myself. I was really angry with her because it didn't feel, she wasn't listening to me. And I wanted more. I wanted to do better. And all she wanted was a pharmacy to call in prescriptions. And so I told her that I wanted to think about it. And the next day, I think I posted something on Facebook. And a friend of mine said, well, there's a doctor. He's at 6 Mile and Haggerty. You should see what he can do for you. And so I literally called the next day, and I had a free consultation, and I liked what I heard. And after having my blood work done and getting the results back, it was comforting to know, even though it was really bad, it was comforting to know that I wasn't crazy, that there were things in that blood work, and it wasn't just the high cholesterol and the low thyroid. That they went so much deeper that my normal doctor, I don't even think that they knew about. So I knew I was in the right place, and I've been with them ever since. 3 months into my care, I became pregnant, and my son will be 8 this year. And I would do it all over again. So now my health, I have never felt better. Honestly, I wake up every day feeling refreshed. I have way more energy. I'm excited. I'm excited about the day. And all my numbers are looking great. My thyroid numbers are where they need to be. And I love it. I love it. So with other doctors, I had lots of different experiences. I did sleep studies. I saw neurologists. I saw doctors with scopes. I saw my primary care physician, and it was like each separate doctor did something else, but A didn't know what B didn't know what C was doing. And over the years, something wasn't right. And it's not that they didn't listen, and maybe they didn't know, maybe they didn't understand. But when I went and came to Dr. Shields, it was like he understood me, and he was willing to listen and willing to break it down piece by piece and support me And that ultimately is what helped me to be successful. My primary doctor, like three pills, and I think prescriptions have a time and a place. I'm not against all of that. But at 31 years old, with all of these health issues, and I had seen multiple doctors all through my 20s, and you start to think they're not listening. I still don't feel right. There's still something else. There's something else. Then you start thinking, what's wrong with me? It must just be me. It's my anxiety. It's this. But deep down, you know that there's got to be something more. There's got to be something more. You don't need to live that way. My initial blood tests were not good, which, again, I was actually a little bit happy about in a weird way, but I knew I had a lot of work to do. And I thought, if I just break it down piece by piece and I do what they tell me to do, I'm going to see results. I think about that one tiny decision to call, what it could have been if I didn't make that phone call, or if I came in and they said it's this much money or that. And I thought, money is just money. And whether you finance it, whether you have the extra cash, whatever it is, you're going to be paying for it one way or the other. I figured I'm either going to be paying for it and living healthy, or I'm going to be paying for it on the other end where I'm sick. I'm paying for prescriptions, and I'm paying, to take off work to go to the doctors to figure these things out. And I did that for years. I was just tired. I was tired of being tired, and I had had enough, and no one could make you do it. You got to do it yourself. You have to be tired of being tired, like I was. And you get to a point where there's just no turning back. And then once you do it and you start feeling better, and it's like a little bit at a time, and then a little bit more and a little bit more, it almost becomes either second nature, or like, I think to myself, well, what if I just did another week? And then you feel better again. And then you're like, okay, I can do a little bit more. And it doesn't happen overnight. Like it didn't happen to get this way overnight, and it's not going to happen overnight to be fixed. But if you just give your full effort each and every day, no matter what, you will start to see differences. And I'm telling you, once you feel and see those differences, and it's not just differences in your outward appearance, but it's differences in your mentality. And you notice these little behaviors that you started, these habits that you started doing that have replaced old behaviors that got you kind of in the mess in the first place. And once I came to a place that looked at the whole body, the whole person, it became apparent that that's what's missing. If you come in, get a consultation, you take their advice, get your results, and you make a plan and you follow it, it works. And you will be here like me for like the last 9-10 years. So I often wonder, where would I be now at 41 if I didn't start care almost 10 years ago? I definitely would not be here in this condition, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Along my journey, I can almost guarantee I would still be on all of those medications that I was on before, plus probably more. I think it was easy to get into that victim mentality, and I think I'd still be there. You have to take accountability. Don't beat yourself up. Just take accountability. You figure out a plan, figure what you're going to do next. And if that's one day at a time, then that's what you do.